Hi, my name's Mark. Everybody here knows me already. Thanks for coming to this wonderful speech about public transportation. So Wake County can be a pretty congested place. Has anybody driven around here, rode in a car around here? You've been in a car? You have? You? A lot of traffic, or is it easy to drive around?
On the way up here, there's a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic, yeah. So we've got a bunch of major highways that run through here. 440, 540, 87, 64, 70, 40 US 1, Capitol Boulevard, 401. Depending on the type of day, traffic can get really bad and delay your transportation through here. A lot of people decide that they don't want to take buses because they think that it's inconvenient, so they'd rather drive their car and return. It basically creates a lot more congestion. So WakeGov website stated that Wake County was the 20th largest growing city in the nation between the years of 2010 and 2017. Population of 1,072,203 people as of 2017. So within this area, just in Wake County alone, we've got over 9.3 million bus riders in the year 2018. Now, even though there was that many bus riders, 37% of them were NC State students. Again, a lot of people in Wake County don't use public transportation because the bus routes don't go to where they need to be. They'll have to walk to the bus stop. They'll have to get off of the bus stop and walk to work. It's very inconvenient. And the city and the county really haven't done anything to implement additional routes. Now, according to Go Forward NC, there are many plans for upgrading the bus system, public transit systems, even talks about a light rail system to try and help a lot of that congestion out there on that road be reduced. But that stuff is, 2027 is the deadline for a lot of that stuff. So right now we're still dealing with all the congestion here. One of the other issues that the congestion brings is for public service people. Your 911 people, your police officers, your firefighters, ambulance drivers, as well as paramedics. Whenever they're trying to respond to emergencies, they usually get held up in traffic. What happens when they get held up in traffic? They can't get to their patients or to their fires or to the people that have called for them as quickly. So, interesting article I stumbled across by Geotag talked about smart technology in cities and using transmitters, transponders, receivers on vehicles as they're driving around, looking at the traffic flows and the pedestrian flows and adjusting traffic signals to help make that flow a lot easier. So Raleigh doesn't really have much of that. All Raleigh has right now to rely on is those of us that are driving around. Again, public transportation being inconvenient, most of us decide to be selfish and drive around in our cars, commuting. The average commute time here within Wake County alone is about 25 minutes, give or take a little bit. And a lot of that, again, goes back to congestion. I think that if we stopped being selfish and we started looking at utilizing more public transportation or going to county commissioner meetings, going to these public meetings and kind of speaking up a little bit about how we need more transportation in our area, we can help reduce that congestion. One other thought that I had that some other cities have been using is they use their local universities to actually implement things within their area. So like NC State University's got an engineering program. I mean, they could totally, look at all the engineering aspects of how public transportation can be better in this area. And I really hope that us as people can step up and speak to the right people and get some of that stuff in motion. Do you have any questions? Thanks for coming.